Hey everyone, welcome to a new video, welcome to my channel. My name is Micah. Today's video is going to be a Shop My Stash for the month of February. And this Shop My Stash is going to focus on replacing some things that I've used up. Some of it was already replaced as the month was going on, so I will update you on that. I will be updating you on all of the eyeshadow palettes I used, and of course selecting new products for February. I normally take you through my drawers. I cannot do that because they are currently very, very messy. I'm due a declutter, so we can move some things out of the way and we can get some things in. But that I don't have time for until next month. So we're sort of going to have to be in limbo for a bit. So I am going to be showing you everything I've selected, but I already made the selection myself because I also had a couple of projects that I had in mind that I wanted to do. So I will update you as we go along. So let's first talk about the products that were in here, and especially these guys, because well, of course a sponge you don't really use up, but that one died. It just started to become very sort of, I couldn't really get it to clean anymore. But these four products I already used up in the course of the month. So this is the Colourpop Pretty Fresh. I was trying to use up everything, but I can no longer get anything else out. So that's why that is now done for. I lost the back of this eyebrow pencil, like the spoolie came off. I don't know where it went. But this is the Etude House Drawing Eyebrow Pencil. I used up my Zoeva concealer. This is the Authentik Skin in 010 Absolute, and I used up my eyeshadow primer, which is the Lorac Behind the Scenes eyeshadow primer. This was a mini, so those were all used up, but something I used up just the other day, so I kept it in here to film, is my little Hourglass powder. I did put the sifter back in, but this is now, as you can see, completely empty. So yeah, that's another empty, and my fixing spray is, as you can see, almost gone as well. So lots of stuff to update you on and that we can select in here. And also in here we are going to be making some changes. So I've got the IT Cosmetics CC cream in here. I was trying to use it up. I think I'm very close, but I might rotate this back in like March or something, when I'm still super fair and when my skin can use all the hydration it needs. But there are other foundations that I really want to get to in February. So this is going to go back into the drawer. Concealer wise, I am going to be keeping the Born This Way Radiant Concealer in here because I would like to try and use this up. This I think is well on its way to be using up, so I think that if I keep using it for the month of February, I might get very close, if not use it up completely. I used up the primer. Ooh, I used up my primer, so I had to rotate a new one in. This is the Essence Hydrating and Skin Refreshing Primer. I've only used it a few times. I have no thoughts yet. And then also for concealer, I was using the Glossier Stretch Concealer. This is really lovely. I really enjoyed using this. I did get more use out of it this time than I did last time. This is the kind of concealer that I like to use on a day where I don't want to wear anything else. So this is for no makeup days. All the way here in the back is the Peripera Ink corrector that I like to use together with the Glossier. So I will be moving these out. I've had my fill of these in the past 2 months. Let's talk highlighter. I told you I had to get more use out of my NARS Fort de France. This is what it looks like. It now has a sizable dent right there in the middle. I used this for like 2 weeks solid at the start of the month, and I was like, wow, I remember why I love this so much. If you're looking for that glass-like skin sort of idea, then this is a really nice one. Plus, it's a dupe for the Amrezy highlighter from Anastasia. If you ever missed out on that, this product is exactly the same. And then the Dandelion Twinkle highlighter. This is really nice for a subtle highlight. Didn't use a whole lot. I was really feeling the glow this month, but I did use it a few times. And then the Ofra Pillow Talk highlighter. This was one that, to my surprise, I hadn't used a lot yet, but this shade for this time of year was perfect. So loved it for that. And I definitely want to go back to it at some point. But again, as you will see, I'm going to be pulling in some other highlighters to use. And the same goes for bronzer. I definitely wanted to get my fill out of, or my use out of the Makeup Forever Pro Bronze Fusion in 20M. This thing is just looking so grubby, but yeah, this is one of my favorite bronzers for the winter time. But I have two bronzers that I would like to try to help make up my mind on them, to see if I want to keep them or not, so that when I declutter next month, I have my full thoughts on them. And then I think everything else was just blush in here. Again, at the start of the month, together with the NARS highlighter, I was using this Balm Beach blush a lot. Best peachy tone blush for like the winter time for me. Very soft. Looks like barely anything on the skin, but that's why I like it. And then I was using this combo, but I also wore the Dior blush a few times by itself. It was really pretty, but they layered really nicely too, because this is another one of those super intensely vibrant pink blushes. And this gave like a very nice glow to the cheeks. So this was a very nice pairing. And then in my Get Ready With Me that I did with some of these products, I paired my Urban Decay Bittersweet blush, which is bright purple, with the In a Purple Haze blush from Wet n Wild. And again, like the pinky combo, this was lovely for adding a bit of glow, like a blush topper on top, and just blending it out a bit better. So I really, really enjoyed this. And then Melt Cosmetics Digital Dust in Raw Honey. Stunning, very glowy, well, it's almost like a highlighter, but it is a blush, and I really liked wearing this, unlike, again, those no makeup days where I just wanted to throw something on. And this was also a bit more warm toned, whereas everything else was quite fair and cool toned, so this made for some good variation. This is a very buildable formula, I find, though, so it does take a few layers for it to really show up on my skin, I feel. So I definitely had to get sort of used to this and figure out how to use it to make it look as pretty. So yeah, everything else is now empty. These are the only two products that are going to stay, because we're going to change out everything else. That's just what I've decided to do. And in mascara, I will be getting some more use out of this for like the next couple of weeks. The YSL Fossil like trial version. I just have a mini. I think I can use it for another week or two, but this is running very low. So I have another mascara to bring into the mix. I of course selected a new brow pencil, but the Essence Make Me Brow is still going strong, so I'll keep using that. I rolled in this waterproof eyeshadow primer by Catrice to try it out. And another thing I did is that I rolled in this lip balm because I wasn't really loving the Catrice Plump and Blur. It's okay, it's a really nice layer underneath a lipstick, I have to say, but it's not really like a lip balm or anything. So I ended up putting this green, well, it looks really grubby because it has that pink tip now, but this is a color changing lip balm from Catrice, again for those no makeup days. And then I put in actual lip balm, which is the C.O. Bigelow Vanilla Mint, I think. What's this called? Yeah, Vanilla Mint. I was using this at the nighttime, but I felt it wasn't potent enough for the nighttime, for the winter. Maybe in the summertime I can go back to it, but that's why I sort of put it in here, so I can get some use out of it when I'm getting ready in the morning. So that's going to stay. This I'm going to try and use up, but this is going to go back in. And then I think, do I need to update you on anything else? This is still going strong. My paint pot, I need to, I think, just give it a bit of a stir because it's starting to feel a little dry around the edges. So I may want to do that sometime this month because this has got a very sizable dent inside it for sure. And these are all of the other lip products that I was using this month. My Lisa Eldridge extension, because I bought these in the fall time to try them out, and I will be doing a full Lisa Eldridge lipstick collection and everything I currently have sometime later this month. So that's why I wanted to try these out in January. So I really got a feel. I made sure to use every single shade here so that I really get a feel for them. And even the ones that I was a bit about ended up being lovely on me. So you'll get a full review and see all of these on, including the 4 I already owned, in a video later this month. Then what I pulled in is a gloss. This is the Fenty Cream Gloss. What's it called again? Mauve Wives, that's what it's called. I forget the shade name all the time. This is one of the newer Fenty gloss bombs without the shimmer. This is just the cream, and I've been loving this shade. It's a really like true My Lips But Better kind of thing. The formula is super hydrating, very creamy, and it just feels so nice on the lips. So this is I'm still on my gloss journey. I'm not capable of doing a video anytime soon because there's lots of things for me to try. But yeah, this is one that I thought was very successful for me, and I know that everybody has been liking these, but I haven't tried the regular gloss bombs yet, so now I'm super excited for that one, because I got one in the shade Fussy, I think, and yeah, I think that that will be nice too. So yeah, this is a lovely product. I was very, very happy with that. Alright, so for eyeshadow, this is my little bucket of eyeshadow that I used this month. And it's quite a lot, as you can see, because I wanted to try some things for review, then I wanted to try some more things already for reviews that I bought in my Black Friday haul, as well as go back to old favorites. And there were a couple of days where I couldn't really do a lot of shadow, so I pulled in some of my Colourpop Super Shocks along the way as well. So I have my Urban Decay Naked 3 in here, because this was a palette I wanted to go back to. In case you don't know, in 2021, I want to try and buy fewer eyeshadow palettes every month, so I have time to go back to old favorites such as this one. So I did a look with this in my Get Ready With Me. Still love it, still in my top 3, love it. Another palette I wanted to go back to was the Natasha Denona Lila palette, because this isn't my favorite Natasha Denona palette. This was the first one I tried, and I just don't think it's as good as the Gold and the Glam that I also own. I did really love these two mattes, but the purples in here are just a bit weak, and a lot of the shimmer shades just have the same level of shimmer, which is why I don't really get the texture and the dimension that I feel I get in the Gold. The only shade I truly love is this, what's this called again? Dragon Fruit or Dragon Bite, that's what it's called. It's like a red, green, brown sort of duochrome. And I think I may want to try and take this out and put it in the Gold and see if it works in there. And if that works, then maybe it's time to declutter this, because I'm not super duper impressed with this. I just have other purple palettes that I like better. What I do like about this is that it goes from cool tone to purples to berries to like warm tones and then neutrals. So you do get a full range of colors in here, which I do appreciate. But for instance, these two I would never really go for. This is a bit too warm toned, so for me the pink and these four I really like. I do really like this grayish plum shade, and then those two mattes like I said, and Dragon Bite. So it's got a couple of really good shades, but there is a shade in the Gold I don't love, which is the Gold shade. I know, who am I? So maybe I can swap them around, because these are magnetized, and sort of customize my Gold palette into something I truly even love more, and then declutter this one. I'm not sure yet. Help me decide. For review that I really still wanted to do, these were things I wanted to get done in 2020 and I didn't get round to it. Let me put these here. So the Persona Identity 2, I hadn't been able to put to the test yet. Really lovely, more jewel tone color story, but I feel that some of the shades in this palette don't really show up the way I would expect in the pen. Like this looks plum, but it pulls very red. So that was a bit of a So I didn't end up creating looks with this that I thought were very consistent, but this is a great like pop of color with the Identity 1. And then the Arcana from Shroud / Strobe Cosmetics. Warm tones, cool tones. I really love this. This is the dark, grungy jewel tone palette I was hoping it would be. Lovely quality. One of my best, I think one of the best palettes I bought last year for sure. And then the Nomad Tokyo Harajuku. I mentioned in my 10 palette review video that this was a bit of a disappointment, because a lot of people are raving about this bottom row of shimmers, and while pretty, I felt that especially the green and the yellow didn't have a lot of base pigment to it, so these are just sheer iridescent shimmers, and I have better shimmers from indie brands that are more like duochromy and less sheer. So I did really like the pink and the purple in here, and also this sheer shade. And then the pink and purple look I did with this was super pretty, but at the end of the day, these satins, not my favorite. The mattes are lovely, but I feel that they don't always go with the other shades. I was able to pull some stunning looks out of this, but I would only go back to this for that pink and purple shade. I think this will definitely survive my declutter for now because it's so new to me, and I do think the packaging is super cute. Definitely has that going for it as well, but it wasn't the perfect pastel palette that everybody makes it seem to be, so it was a bit of a letdown for me. And then I had to start trying some Black Friday stuff, of course, because we had to. And so I decided to try first all of the small things. So I tried all of these mini Juvia's Place ones. The Nubian Royal has a pressed glitter, which we all know I don't love, but this is not a very, very bad pressed glitter. I did have some issue making it transfer to my lid, but that was actually good because it meant it didn't go all over the place. And it was easier to control than most pressed glitters I've used. The other 5 shades were lovely, and the same goes for this one, this one, and this one. I know not everybody likes the taupes, but it's very fair, which is why I love it. More taupe then, the That's Taupe by Colourpop. I wanted to wear a neutral look for a video that I did about lipsticks, drugstore lipsticks, and this was the palette I used. I used every single shade. Really stunning. It just pulls darker than what I think it looks like in the pan. So this shade, for instance, pulled a lot darker on me than what I thought before I tried it. And then I've tried 2 of my Huda Beauty Haze palettes. I've got one more, and then I've got a pastel one, so those are also on the list to try in February for sure. So this is the Sand Haze. And this is very sort of like neutral, but with a berry undertone. And then the Purple Haze is a warm tone neutral palette with a pop of purple. And then I used all of these like mini things, like the e.l.f. Truffle. This is great for travel, and I had to travel a bit for work this month, so use that. And then some Colourpop Ritz and So Quiche, my 2 favorites. The Mary Bouquet duo from the Making Mauves collection, and the Sommelier duo from the Wine and Only collection I ended up using this month. But now, of course, we need to start putting things back in here. So, like I said, these are going to stay. For lips, I have another like family of lipsticks that I just want to get more use out of, and it's my Bite lipsticks. I have a bunch of these, so I'm just going to put them in here because I just want to give these another good use, and I love these in the winter time because they're super hydrating for your lips. And since I'm working from home a lot this month, I will not have to wear face masks all the time, and these transfer quite a bit, so they're not great with face masks, but for an online teaching day, these are super comfortable. And as you can see, I've got a lot, so I need to figure out which shades I truly love, and perhaps at some point do a Bite lipstick collection for you, because this is a thing, as you can see. Let's talk eyeshadow palettes. We're just going to sort of reverse. I have 3 palettes here that I'm going to be using that are old favorites. These were all mentioned in my most recent neutral, like favorite neutral palettes video I did on Sunday. So these are the 3 I want to go back to. So the Too Faced White Chocolate Bar. This is one of my favorite winter palettes, so I had to pull it out. And then the Tartelette in Bloom. I love for a very basic look, but I realized when I was filming that video, you haven't used that in a while, so you need to go back to it. And then the Soft Glam. I was thinking, should I save it for March? Because to me, this color story just screams spring. But it could very well be that's because it was released in the springtime that I feel that way. So I decided I was just going to make it work and pull it in. And these all will get like 1, 2, 3 looks done throughout the weeks. And then I have some more stuff that I'm going to pull in, which I will update you on next time, of like newer stuff that I will try, like I did today. So for basics that I now need to replace because they're gone or almost gone, I need a new powder, and I thought I could use this Urban Decay, what's this called? Stay Naked The Fix powder. This is in 30NN, and I liked it enough. It's a pressed foundation though. It's like a powder foundation, but I haven't used it all that much, but that could be a cool review, I think. For mascara, when that one is done, I want to pull in the Essence Lash Princess, one of my favorites. Coming to you very soon, I think on Thursday, is a full face of OG Essence and Catrice stuff, because I wanted to focus on Essence and Catrice stuff that you can get regardless of what they've discontinued, because there are quite a few products in their line that they haven't discontinued ever. And then the Too Faced Hangover RX 3-in-1 spray is going to replace this one when it's gone. Like literally it's on its last legs, so that's like 1 or 2 more days, so I'm gonna have to pull that in. What else? Oh yes, foundation. And I've got a little project for myself because I want to go back to an old favorite, the Hourglass Vanish Stick. This is a great hydrating foundation, so great for this, but this is sort of like my backup plan. This is going to go all the way in the back, just in case I don't like the two foundations that I have selected. One of them is a cult beauty favorite, as in, if you ask anyone like 5-6 years ago what their favorite foundation was, NARS Sheer Glow. Lots of people swear by this. I have had mine for more than a year and I've barely used it. Barely. So I'm going to keep it up on my makeup table because it only has the pump and I don't want it to go everywhere. This is in the shade Mont Blanc Light 2. Or Light 2, Mont Blanc. So I just want to try this. It's a medium coverage foundation that so many people love. I want to love it too, but I have just never really tried it. But what I'm super excited for, it's already out online, the new Urban Decay Hydromaniac, what's this called even? Tinted Glow Hydrator. It's not even called a foundation. I have mine in the shade 10 Ultra Fair. It's the lightest shade. I've already put it on once and I loved it. So I definitely want to give this like a good week's use, just like the Sheer Glow, so I can write reviews on these because, yeah, super stoked about that. So I think I'll use that first and then the Sheer Glow, because I have another project for myself, and that is to get use out of some glowy primer-like products that I have. I just used up my Colourpop primer, so I can get the use out of this Essence one for sure this month, but what I want to do is also use, like shoot some footage throughout the weeks so I can do a video comparing the three of these products. And I thought that the NARS Sheer Glow would be a good foundation to try these with because it is more medium. And a little bit more matte than what I would go for. So the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter, the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Hydrating Illuminator. This is actually their Pretty Fresh Primer, but then with a pearly sheen to it, and the Glossier Future Dew. I've had some of these products. Well, this is quite new to me. I ordered it, I think, when I got the Wine and Only collection from Colourpop. I put this in my order. This I've had for a year, but I haven't really tried it. And this I've also had for almost a year and I haven't really tried it. So these, again, are going to go on top because if there is going to be a time in the year where I'm going to be trying glowy primers, it's February. It's like we're getting ready for spring. I don't have a lot of glow in my face at the moment. With a more full coverage foundation than I normally would go for, I think that that's going to be a really good sort of trial thing to do. So that's sort of like a project I have for myself, and then to do a video before the end of the month where I compare the three. That's the idea. And the third project I have for myself is to try these through bronzers. This is the Benefit Hoola Light. Really lovely tone. It's a bit more yellow tone for a bronzer, but it is matte. And the last time I used it, it looked a little patchy. So this is one that's on the chopping block and I need to make my mind up about. And then the Hourglass Nude Bronze Light Bronzer is lovely, but I love their ambient lighting powder in Radiant Light much better on me as a bronzer. So again, this one I have to make my mind up because I've been going back and forth between these products for my past 2 declutters, and I feel it's just time to get rid of one of them. I don't need 2 Hourglass bronzer-like products for me. So I need to use this because, again, this is quite fair. If it's going to work on me, it's going to work on me now. And because I've got so many new things and to review products already in here, I'm going to keep my highlighters in like favorites territory. I'm going to be using an OG favorite, Becca's Prismatic Amethyst, and the Annabelle Perfect Glow highlighter in Topaz. This is my favorite white gold highlighter. This thing is the reason why I'm not getting that new Anastasia highlighter that just came out, because that's described as a white gold. This is a white gold. And then my Kat Von D eyeshadow in Thunderstruck. This is a duochrome, like peachy shift, but it's got a bit of gold as well. But it's not a white gold, it's got a bit more warmth, because I feel that both of these can be quite icy. So this way I have something more warm toned as well. And then for blush, because that's important, I'm going to be pulling in 2 new things and 2 things that I know I love this time of year. So last year, I fell hard for Benefit's Gold Rush because it's a glowy peach, but a very soft glowy peach. So I thought that could be like my peachy blush of the month. And then Tarte Natural Beauty. I love this in the winter time. I went purple last month. This month we're going red. And then for the new things, I want to try this Colourpop blush from that stunning like floral dark blooms collection that they came out with in the fall time. They came out with a mauve blush, and again, I need to try this because I have two other Colourpop blushes that I feel aren't perfect, so I hope this one is, because A, the packaging, it's in the shade Vogue, by the way, and this shade looks really stunning, but I haven't really put it on my face yet, so need to get around to that. And then Nabla's Skin Glazing Powder in Lola, a glowy red, so maybe, like last month, I could try these together, because this is matte and this is glowy. Oh well. And I think that's it. Those are all of the products that I wanted to select for this month. Quite a bit. I've got my work cut out for me because there's lots of stuff to try and update you guys on along the way. So let me know again in a comment down below if there's anything I've selected that you want me to show you in a Shop My Stash, like a get ready with me, I should say, because every month I do a get ready with me using products from my Shop My Stash. So I can do that for you for sure. For instance, if you want to see this foundation or the NARS one, let me know. I will be doing a separate video on the 3 illuminating primers. I will do that for sure. That's already on the to film list. So that's sort of what I have for you for today. So thank you very much for watching this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more by me. I make 3 new videos a week. So I hope to see you in my next one. Bye-bye.